Hey, I'm Emily Fraser from McDermott Cues. I hope you all like and follow Shark Street.
Hi, I'm Lucas Casper. Join us on the Shark.
Hello, I'm Salotto, and join us on Shark Stream.
Hello everyone, I'm Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Join us to the Shark Stream. Let's go!
Hello, I am David Alcaide. Join us in Shark Stream.
Hey guys, I'm Federic Horst. Join us on the Shark Stream.
I'm Christina Tkach. Join us on the Shark Stream.
Hey guys, it's Jason Shaw. Join us on the Shark Stream tonight.
I'm John Moore. Join me on the Shark Stream.
Hi, I'm Savannah Easton. Join us on the Shark Stream.
Hi, my name is Georgia Georgiev, and you can join us at the Shark Stream.
Chicken calling at you from the other side. Shark 3, going live. We're about to enter water, only sharks survive. In 3, 2, 1.
Salotto is the world's premier pool community. Playing your friends has never been more fun. Raise the bar with Salotto so regular practice can become real pressure. With monthly prizes and cash payouts, Salotto brings pool to the people. You can even submit match results to Fargo Rate through Salotto if you want, but you don't have to. Your race, your place. Make your matches count with Salotto. Download now and get started. No minimum play per month. 8, 9, 10 ball. You choose. It all counts.
Hello, everybody. It's Brian Brennan in the booth at Yale Billiards in Wallingford, Connecticut, bringing you another list match. We've got Don Gartman in the number 11 spot. We've got Mike Papa in the number 12 spot. Not sure what Mike's Fargo is, but I'm going to guess it's right in the same area. These two guys are going to be doing our typical pro list match rules. Playing 9 ball. Rack your own. Winner breaks. And the 9 must be called. So no golden breaks, and the 9 must be called during the play. I watched these guys before, and actually they're, I think there's going to be a pretty good competition. I don't think that, and they're obviously pretty evenly matched. They've both been on the list before plenty of times, or for a long time, rather. So they're in the number 11 and 12 spot. They should be, I think the lag was already done. Not sure who won, but let's take a look. Oh, there's Mike. I must have taken a quick pause for the cause, so we'll just hang on there for a little bit. John Dixon, he played last night on the stream. Defended his number 7 spot from Will Ailey rather convincingly at first. Then Will started catching a little bit of speed, and final score was 9-5, I believe. So as far as I know, if anybody's interested, Sean's taking other challenges as well. If you're interested, just reach out to Sean or Lisa, and you might be able to set something up. I'm guessing Don must have won the leg because he's racking. That should be underway in just a few minutes or maybe a minute. Here we go, rack one. Fired the wing ball right in. It's a good, solid spread, but he didn't get really a great look at this one ball. Otherwise, a pretty nice break. That's the Taom, I want to say Max Rack that they're using for a template. One of our sponsors, so it's always good to sort of get that out there. I think he was trying to lock him up behind the 8. Didn't quite get the angle he wanted. Mike will take over. I'm kind of interested in seeing what he does here. A couple of options. You got the one in the corner, of course, but then the second option is just sort of try to tag the 9 right now. We're playing A and got burned. Looks to me like that 9 ball snuck right in the way. He might have an outside edge, but does not have the whole ball. Expected big shot. Well, carry shot when you're on the table, knowing that you're playing on, of course, table 8. Start to think of things like, I gotta hit this perfect, or I gotta, you know, there's all kinds of little voices that go through your head. So I don't blame, you know, you got a nice roll out of it, but even a straight in shot on this table, you really got to focus. Like Don's gonna kick off the long route. Didn't quite get there. Ball in hand, Mike. And now we should see some balls get disappeared. We're gonna have a hard. This might be a long match, folks. Hopefully, I don't think these guys had a lot of practice time to warm up on this table, but missing ball in hand is never, you know, we've all done it, but that's an indication. Really got to center pocket these things. That would have fallen on any of the other blue tables. Go. Not a fan of that position. I don't think he is either. Gonna have to do a real mean cut. And if you look at the overhead, if he does successfully cut this in the corner, the cue is just gonna fling right towards the top side pocket there. Unless you put that much draw on it. Pretty shot. Might use the 9 ball here to stop. He's calling the 9 on the side, yeah, so he's definitely going to collide with it. did pretty well. Seven goes by the 8. The 1 rail to get position. Pretty strong now. Ooh, yeah, see, that's, you got to really center pocket these things. And touch a left, coming right back past the 8. Should be great shape to get on the 9. Nothing wrong with that at all. Straight in on the corner. Nothing but net. All right, Mike gets the first one. 1-0. Since I interrupted our intro roll, let's go ahead and play an ad from Littman. To say, and not just because the Littman's a sponsor of ours, but I gotta say, I've played in different halls that have different types of lighting, you know, the old school drop lights with just 2 incandescents sitting over the top, and that's of course my least favorite. But the growing trend is to put these big giant ring lights on the table, so they're roughly the size of the table, so they sort are all focused inward. It essentially eliminates shadows. But on the top of the ball, when you're sitting there shooting, I feel like it's distracting because you see this big white square reflecting off the surface of the ball. Whereas these Littmans, I mean, you still have a little bit of a shadow. Oh, just put it right here. Thanks.
With that plus sign, did you want croutons? Like,
Sorry, a little segue there. My dinner has arrived. What's up, Sean? Yes, we are.
Can I keep me company? I'm not even playing tonight.
You're not playing?
Nah.
Got it out of your system yesterday?
Meet up for it, right? We got going on. All right. One rack in?
This match, first rack, or second rack, rather. And I think Mike there's got to get his focus going because he's missed a couple of straight in shots. You know, so when you're on table 8, you know this as well as anybody.
I've heard it stuff.
You've heard it stuff? Yeah, well, there you go.
Except for that ball. The white one finds the pocket.
The white one always center pockets. Yeah. It's, yeah. That was an interesting match you had yesterday with Will.
Always interesting when I play Will.
Yeah, he's got there's 2 Wills. I think, and he knows this. I talked to him about it. It's just one of those things where he can play lights out. He's had some good runs in tournaments and so on this year. But sometimes, you know, if he comes in the Masters League and he's like,
that's how I said no.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So, yeah, but if he gets frustrated early, he gets a little.
Don't tell everyone his weaknesses.
I'm just saying. It's something he and I've talked about, and he's working on it. But
He's actually gotten a lot.
yes, I remember. That was a good match. You see you defending your spot. Are you still taking challengers?
Taking as many, whoever wants
to come at the king.
I wouldn't call myself the king.
Well, 7th king. I can't wait. With the new list rules, the website automatically moved the list around.
Yeah,
You see that?
yeah.
It's just I'm curious now because if Ashley can play, she got to play out Lucas.
Yeah, I don't. She avoided me, Mike, Rob, and Dave. I mean, not Dave, Brian.
Brian, yes.
That was a good jump.
That's a hell of a jump.
Yeah.
I think it would be it would be an interesting first time if Ashley was able to bring her A game, and maybe, I don't know, Lucas doesn't take it as seriously sometimes. It would be weird. It would be wild to see her wearing a belt.
Even getting there without playing all those people.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I was looking forward to getting the rematch against her. I was on injury last time I had to play her.
Yes, you were.
So, but yeah, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, what I have noticed, excuse me, since the reset, we're seeing a lot more list scheduled down here. So doing the up arrow, down arrow reset.
Well, honestly, they did that just to
keep it moving.
Yeah, but
there was one section that had 6 up arrows in a row. I'm like, that means you're not playing for. Well, let's do math. 6 times so 10 weeks.
Yeah, no, I know. And
So it had to be done.
But yeah, unfortunately, some people couldn't schedule.
Right.
And hey, it works out for them sometimes too.
True. Someone else ahead of you doesn't schedule.
Yeah.
Up you go. Oh, I just missed Don winning that game. Tie game. I got a feeling this is going to go hill. A, because I'm in the booth. And B, I've seen these guys play each other before. And they're very evenly matched, I think.
They both are just as good. I think I'd give a slight edge to Don on consistency.
Fair.
But if they both bring their game, we're in for a good set. No, I know I've definitely struggled with Don before. I mean, he's gotten me as well.
Oh, is that? Well, everybody has a day.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, legit, no excuse.
He just beat you.
Yeah. It's one that I rarely ever have excuses, except for not being able to see.
Except for not being able to see.
That one,
I
think that was an excuse.
It was kind of jarring seeing you on the stream wearing glasses. It's the first time I think I've ever seen you wearing glasses.
Yeah, no, if I'm wearing glasses, I'm not in a good place.
Look at this setup here. We were supposed to have Brian Merrick here tonight, but he canceled, I guess, because of the snow coming.
Oh, that's right. He does the plowing.
Mm-hmm.
Are we supposed to get like a quarter of an inch or something?
It's going to be a flurry. I saw a rain-snow mixture.
If someone pays him to plow, though.
Well, that's it.
He'll be plowing that water. That was a great shot there by Mike.
That's what I was just. That's why I brought up Brian Merrick.
Yeah. Brian Merrick is here in spirit.
Mm-hmm. He's always here in spirit. Somebody flies the 9, I'm like, hey, what would Brian Merrick do here?
Yeah, no.
It was off angle and he got it right in.
I can honestly say I would not have played that on this table. I have tried so many 9-ball combos where I just bobble it.
Yep.
I've played so many straight in 9-balls where I just bobbled it too.
Well, there's that.
So if I'm gonna play a combo, yeah, it's a last resort, and I'm firing it so it doesn't bobble.
Oh yeah, that's always great advice. If you're gonna put it in, like, don't leave it hanging. So give it some speed.
That actually happened a lot with Will yesterday. He tried playing a few 9s and it burned him. Yeah, he did have that one carom he tried playing where he just didn't hit it hard enough, and he wound up selling that one out too. But in all fairness, I can't even fault him for that. That was such a low probability of even coming close.
Well,
that was definitely one of those just in case.
I want to say it was 7-2 when you could sort of see the, you know what?
The Hail Marys.
Let's take a shot.
Yeah.
See if we can claw back into it.
Boat might be lost, but let's at least look good going down. What's the term? Guns blazing?
Absolutely.
So where's the chat? Or are they just not talking to us?
They're not talking to us right now.
All right.
We got a few people in the stream watching right now, but
where's that count?
Right here.
All right. And is that all Facebook?
That's everything.
It's collective?
Yeah, up here is individual.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, typically speaking, at this time, like what we're going to see probably is about 45 minutes to an hour from now if we're still here at 7 o'clock. People are finishing up dinner. Hey, I wonder what's on. And then the numbers go way up.
I'm pretty confident you'll be here.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. 6-6 by then.
Steph and I are going on a date night tonight.
Nice.
She got a bye. My whole team showed up, so.
Off you go.
Yeah. As soon as we figure out where we're going. You got a recommendation for Ludals?
Ludal?
Yeah, have you been there?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
there.
Nick just recommended. We never heard of it.
Food's delicious.
All right. I think that might be a winner then. We usually go to Mexican, but we also usually go to Mexican. So,
You do have your fair share of choices here.
yeah, oh yeah.
Mariachi's makes an excellent burrito.
No, we usually go to Viva Mexicana.
Oh, yeah.
The Lowe's parking lot.
Yep.
Awesome. Love the staff there.
That's cool.
We're there at least once a week. Not the healthiest diet.
Well, you like what you like, right?
Exactly. Diet's not much healthier at home either.
I haven't been there since it was Plaza Azteca.
Yeah, no, they bought it out. They got 2 locations. They got another one in Boston. Oh, yeah, we know with the whole staff, the owners and everything.
I mean, they had middle of the road food, but their drink prices were outstanding.
Especially on Monday. Margarita Monday, yeah.
Margarita Mondays.
Yeah. Margarita Monday, Taco Tuesday, they're very traditional.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a tough shot there. He didn't have much to do. This is one of the shots where like I'm shooting it if I'm at the table, but looking at it here, I know how tough it is on this table.
Yeah, if the ball, I was going to say, if the
It's
ball,
crazy. You catch the rail.
if the ball grazes the rail anywhere north of like here, you have no chance of pocketing the ball. And here's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first line is.
I think your first line, he's not even bobbling.
Yeah, no, you have no chance.
He would have been better off hitting there. Yeah. I think my match yesterday, the table had a lot to do with Will's defeat. It was just breaking him. And I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to catch any kind of a gear. You make 2 shots and you start getting confident, and it just puts you back in your place. It's just like,
Yeah, I was warming up with him before you got here. I was hoping that time would sort of acclimate. Like, if you're going to hit it with speed, you better be dead accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I mean, it's a little more forgiving if you're medium to low speed. You can actually see it sometimes going down easier. But I tell you what, every time I put it in there with speed and I catch a point, not even close.
oh yeah,
You're dead.
I slow rolled a few yesterday.
It's uncharacteristic for you.
Well, it was a couple saves.
Oh, gotcha.
I split the pocket and
Right.
let it. And I know the equipment's good and all, but like the slow roll, like I watched it wobble, and it was like a roulette where it was going to hit. And
Interesting.
It wound up not working out for me. I was pretty confident going into it. I had played 7 hours of straight pool the day before.
Oh, really? Who are you playing with?
I was playing with Steve Roman.
Okay.
Yeah, we both wound up with the day off, so he came by. And I think I was talking to you about playing straight pool, right? Yeah. So that lit the spark, and happened to be talking to him because I was following the main open.
The international one or the main?
No. He was playing in the main one, and he got a tough draw. Got Russia Kenny in the first one. And, I was familiar with his second opponent, which is why I had him up.
You're doing straight pull because my understanding is that you haven't played that in a while.
Yeah. I mean, I love the game. I was brought up on the game.
Me too.
It's hard to find someone who enjoys it enough to play it. But yeah, no. I mean, I did horrible, to be honest. We both did. And when we were playing back in the day, there was no apps that keep stats. So, and I when I got the app, I knew it was going to keep track of stats. And if I asked you what you thought your average per inning would be,
Mm-hmm.
I assure you, you'd guess way higher than it actually is. You know, like what would you say? Not knowing.
It's if you're counting all innings,
the whole game,
not including safes.
Well, give me both. Give me
all
both.
right. So if you're
go with safe negates,
if the safe is safe. All right. So if you're including safes, I would say probably 3. Or if you're not including
my goal, I'll be honest, my goal is 5 with the safes negated. And it's a modest goal. Like, you don't usually beat it. But in all fairness, I learned how to play the game where I have a decent high run. My high run is, I think, in the 60s.
Oh, nice.
You know, but for the amount I played, that's not a lot.
Right.
You know, and most people think it's all about the high run, but
the high run is only a tiny piece of it because, I mean, sure, if you can start to get in a groove and you can start picking break balls and stringing racks and that kind of thing, absolutely.
But
the problem is that doesn't often happen.
No, but that's all that's televised. That's all that's publicized anyway.
Absolutely.
You know, we see Jason Trout running 700 balls. So I should be able to run 700 balls, you know,
right.
Or at least close to it. You know, if I could run 10 balls, I mean, he's not 70 times better than me. But
just anything over 15 is an accomplishment.
Oh, it is.
Because let's say your opponent leaves you a shot and you open up the rack and then you run the rest of the table. Now you got 14-0. That's always, you feel glorious at that point.
Yeah. I mean,
and now you're facing a pack of 14 balls and the position may not be optimal, let's say. That's the key shot of every single, like right now, this is a good example. Mike Siegel was talking about this. He's like, this is the Siegel line. He goes, whenever you're setting up for the break, you want to be on the, wherever that ball is, you just want to be right between the pockets right there. And that's your ideal break shot. The skill of getting that left over, that's straight pool.
Yeah.
Just stringing balls, not so much.
Yeah, but like I mentioned, I started using the app, and that's how I learned.
Which app are you using?
I
was looking
so
for
it's called Straight Pool.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that would be obvious.
It was real creative. I believe it is put out by AZ Billiards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a really good app. They keep crazy stats, and it will humble you. But one of the my favorite stat is called a BSO, which stands for break shot opportunity, which it keeps track of how many times you took the break shot, not only made the break shot, but made the next ball, making it a successful break. You know, and again, humbling. It is humbling. Me and Roman did not do well yesterday. I think we were both under 20% on the BS. But yeah, no, it's a real fun app, and it's great to just keep track. You know, you see your improvement, see when you're off. Because if we just play like keeping track with the beads or whatnot, or the rollers, you don't really see any progression or whatever. You might have a bad day. You know you're not shooting great, but you don't know how bad you're doing.
Yeah, you're not sure.
This puts you in your place. This will tell you, like, you might want to delete this one.
Yeah.
Forfeit, like, leave. But the app's real cool because even Steph and I play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because it's a handicap. You can handicap it, which is great, you know.
Yeah, calculate. I mean,
and you adjust. So you find out, like, I'm just going to make up numbers and let's just say she's 50% of me, you know, just to keep the math easy. If I keep winning at 50%, I'm going to adjust.
Right.
And I'll give her 60 balls to 100, you know?
Yep.
And whatever the math works out. And it gives, once you set the bar of where you're supposed to be shooting, it actually gives you a goal.
Okay.
You know? Obviously, if we're playing 100 and I pull a 40 ball run out of my ass, it's going to be hard for her to do anything with that. But
well, see that the rest of the performance still is is going to be weighted against you did pull 42 once, 3 racks, and then the rest of your innings were zeros, or you know, maybe 3 or 4, and then you just safe again.
Oh, and the stats are running stats, so you can see your progression. And let me tell you, when you know a lot of times you come out of the gate strong. You know, it's real great to see my average in the double digits. You know, when we're in the 5th inning, I'm averaging 14. You know, that's really good. Depressing to watch it drop. But
yeah,
going back to what we started with, you know, how most people think it's all about the high run. Like, I pride myself in being able to take a shot on a straight pool rack and you have absolutely nothing to shoot at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that combined with seeing something dead, which more often than not, you're also proving it's not actually dead, but you see some stuff.
Yeah, that's one of the big fundamentals of straight pool is
and to me, that's what the game's all about.
if somebody taps the rack, the balls move a little tiny bit. But if you can, you know, take your eyeballs and just sort of look at where they sort of move to, you can frequently find, to your point, a dead shot.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not you have the courage of your conviction at that point.
And then you learn all about the throws and what's how every ball affects. You know, and when you get dead stroke and straight pool, you know, putting a little bit of left on it makes the ball go that visually does not go.
Yep.
And it's just a great feeling.
Bobby Hunt said it several times. It's like, if you really want to learn everything you need to learn about pool, straight pool's your game.
You know, I would have agreed with that before one pocket came around because I don't know how to play one pocket. I've tried so many times, and
one pocket's very similar in the structure of the game,
and that's why I thought I would adapt well. But I sell everything out.
Saw your comment, Racer X. Now this, I don't know that they have any money on it. Frequently, listeners do.
I know Don very well, and I will say there is no money on.
There is no money on the match. Okay, so no money.
Is someone who strong beliefs and will not gamble.
No gambling. Gotcha. All right. Well, in that case, no, there's no money on it, but it is for position. Mike's looking to advance.
Like I said, I know that from experience, and I also know from experience, don't bet on Don and tell him you bet on him.
Oh, is that right?
He doesn't like that either. And he found
wow.
He does not like that pressure.
That's true, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna side bet on it, then it's
don't tell him.
That's on you.
Yeah, just don't tell him. Don is a great shot. He I think he was playing Bobby one time, and I definitely favored Don on it. And I told Don I favored him, and I told him I was putting some money on it. And I put that money on it.
And the money's gone. Yeah, 2-2. Should check. Joe. He's always there to make me laugh. That's some good stuff. They don't have the stream up on there. I've seen even yesterday during your match. I think it was 6-2. He gets in the comments section on his phone and says, "Please turn this off." LOL.
Oh, Will.
Will Ely.
I didn't even realize. I actually jumped in there to comment. I forgot what I commented. Oh, I think I said I was making it interesting or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I saw Will was already there. But yeah. I want to have a really good match with Will one day. Like, I feel like he's it's hard for him to win when we're both going against him. He gets in his own head so bad. I mean, it doesn't matter who's there.
Right.
Yeah, he gets so frustrated. You know, the funny part about it, going into it, I actually suggested us not play on table 8, but he was adamant about doing it, which I thought was a poor choice for him. You know, I'm not going to go as far as to say I'm better than him, but I definitely have way more time on table 8 than he does.
I did say that during the stream yesterday, actually. So as far as experience goes, you've been on this list a long enough time, and
I don't. Yeah,
and you play on table 8 frequently, so it's, once you know the table a little bit.
I'm not going to go as far as to say I'm a fan of it. You know, doesn't make it feel any better that we'll both get beat up together.
Yeah, it is a little weird. In my opinion, it's like I played at US1 a few times with the Rassen tables, and even most of the tables there are 4.5. There's this packet of them that have 4-inch pockets, so they play like 4 and they play like 8. But I feel like they're more open, even though the gap is different. It's just the way the rails are cut. It seems like I can pocket balls easier on those tables. Oh God, Joe, that's pretty hilarious.
Oh my God,
you know that story, right?
Yeah. Listen, I've known that story way longer than you.
Oh, I'm just saying, I fell into this.
That's like a 20-year story. Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, Joe was referring to how people think not only are me and Joe brothers, they get us confused sometimes. And it actually, we didn't even realize. We were friends for like probably a good year. And then we were outside back in the day when we smoked cigarettes. And someone on his team came out to take a time out, and they wanted me to go help them.
And you're like, what?
And then we looked at each other. We're like, holy crap. Yeah, and then we made the mistake of working together. So anytime we went to a house, they're like, "Are you guys brothers?"
Oh God, that's funny.
Oh God, yeah, no.
And there's a lot.
And here we are, like 20 years later.
Still going through it.
Yep.
Well, I'd only started coming around maybe a year or so, maybe a year and a half ago, and that's when I started. I met you guys. I'm like, all right, cool. And then one night I'm just sitting there talking, and I'm calling him Sean for like for an hour and a half.
So he told me that.
He walks in the booth and he's like, my name's Joe, right? I'm like, no. I got a picture from back then when I subtly took his picture at the bar one night, and I said, I opened up the picture and I wrote Joe on the picture. So the next time I see you guys, I was like, all right, let me make sure I got them right. And, I mean, you really, now that I know you guys better, and I've had more experience, I don't think so. There's a couple there over there.
And this is pretty damn good. You see that?
Yeah, but after getting now I look at you and I'm like, it don't really look that much alike.
Oh no.
So what do we got here? We got Mike's got ball in hand and he's trying to get on the 7.
See Clip's comment there about you working some overtime?
Yeah, no, I
don't even think it's overtime. This is just what he does.
This is kind of. I like to come down in the afternoon around, right after opening usually, and I'll play a couple hours with the regulars here before the league starts. And generally speaking, I just go home. But
yesterday, were you here for my match or just fall into your lap?
I was. Let's see. Yeah, I was here. I wasn't here for your match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I wasn't here for your match.
It fell in your lap then, yeah.
I was talking to. It's like, oh, Sean's doing. I walked over and said, hey, do you know Sean's doing a challenge match today? She's like, I just found out.
Jeff is asking, what's the latest with us and Digital Pool?
All right, so
I cannot answer that. So
in the beginning of October, we had scheduled an install for Digital Pool here, the one that you saw in the International Open. It's a system that comes with camera, like a tablet touchscreen, and a television for the scoreboard.
This was the rumor I heard about having every table.
Every single, we'll have every single table.
Would be live. Yeah, I did hear something about that.
But the installation operation is basically 2 guys, and the 2 guys are also doing for example, they set up the entire digital pool system for the international, and then they have to tear it all down. Okay. So scheduling became a problem. We were supposed to get it the first week of October, and now I'm starting to think perhaps January.
Now this has to be installed by those guys because. I mean, we have a great network of IT people in this place.
Yeah, no, we have the resources to do it if we had the equipment, but this is just part.
To install their own equipment.
That's my understanding. Yes.
This is going to be a bad roll, right?
It's not going to. You got a little lucky. Did you see that little wobble? Yeah, that was weird. Is that what you're talking about? It's slow roll.
I saw a couple funky things.
Yeah. So yeah, well, hopefully we'll get it soon. It might happen in December. I'm even still thinking it might happen in January because
if this happens, will this make every table have the option to be streamed at any moment?
Yes. So the way it would work is
like me and my buddies could come in on a Saturday night and stream it.
Yep. Totally. That's the way it's supposed to work. When you have the digital pool running the tournament, for example, also.
I imagine there'd be a small fee for them.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of subscription. If it's up to Bobby, honestly.
Oh, I imagine the people playing would also have an option.
What's that?
Whether it's streamed or not.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I know. Sometimes date night.
There's
thing,
that's
like that. You might not want it streamed.
I'm pretty sure, or I'm 99% sure that it's the tablet that's there that helps you keep score and all that stuff. You can just opt in or out right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Then all the videos are. Ooh, wow! See, that's where I thought the white ball would find a way.
Yeah, it usually does.
So I thought, but digital pool, would be here, but it's the long story short is we are still planning to get it. We just don't know when. There's just they got their schedule all screwed up. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I mean, for your typical nights of the week, I know there's probably some folks that would opt in and pay for the recording for even their league matches.
Yeah, I don't know if that's there's any benefit to that.
Well, just watching yourself sometimes, having that game day video, it's like, what did I do wrong?
Now, where was the stream though? Like if I'm here with my friends and I just want to stream my match, am I streaming it through Shark Stream?
So not necessarily. So what would happen, like the booth with the Shark Stream is just that. But if you go to digitalpool.com and you open up Yale Billiards and you're your subscriber, I think is the way it works is like, I want to see table 15 and just record it and turn on the recording. So it'll actually record it and make the video available.
Assuming the people on 15 want to stream.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
so then you just go to go to Digital Pool and say, I want to see the recording I made titled Sean versus Buddy.
Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, my fear would be like anybody be able to come in at any time. And, sometimes there's bad publicity. Nobody wants to watch.
Oh, no.
Some people smack balls around.
No, we're not. It's not like a security system where they're recording 24/7.
Yeah. That's more what I'm saying.
It's more of a, I want this recorded. And I'll go watch the video later. I'll make sure. I'm pretty sure
something's wrong.
Well, 3-1 is.
Well, you had 2-2.
Did I? I thought I had 3-2. Hang on. 3-2. That's where
it was 2-2. I don't know who got that last point.
That was Don that got the last point.
You do a better job keeping score when you don't have company, just so you know.
What's that?
You do a better job keeping score when I'm not. You know.
Yeah, no. We've gone off on a couple of tangents here, but at
Can
the same
you
time,
confirm the score? 3-2, 3-1.
Let's go back after the break.
They change it, yeah.
Nice break.
Couple balls on the break.
One's in.
Yeah, 2 is tough.
You can be a problem. Let's take a seat. Yeah, it's 3-2.
All right, we're good. Yeah, again, like my confidence on this shot is so low. Any other table in here, I'm just following this up, and I think I control the speed enough for the bottom left right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you come short, you have plenty of safe opportunities. He is that good.
Yeah, you can affirm, but you need a little more confidence.
Follow it, but.
Oh, Jeff, I just saw you. I mean, one of the reasons. I mean, we try to bring you the big players as often as possible. We have a great one coming up soon. I think in February. Speaking of great players, nice segue. Here it is. That's right, Earl the Pearl Strickland versus Efren Bada Reyes are going to be here to do a 2-day race to 50.
Wow!
So that's a big get.
I wasn't even prepared for that.
Yeah,
I didn't know about it. That's pretty dang good.
I mean, we have some great players here. Don't get me wrong. We have, we have our pro, Lucas Fracasso over in Urban. The top 6 on the list, or 7, since you're here. They're all 600 plus Fargos, 600 to 700 Fargos. So we got some really good players here. Having said that, I like watching myself. I've only been on the stream once, but I like watching other people, just so you can sort of you pick up stuff along the way. Yeah. I've actually improved my game just by doing the broadcast.
You know what I love the most about that, Earl and Efren? They are no doubt 2 of the legends in the game.
Oh, totally.
We've streamed both of them before. Mm-hmm. Didn't really go the way they wanted it to, but they're both. I don't want to use the word old.
Yeah, well, they're both 70s.
They're up there. They might be losing their touch, but they were also great together at the same time. Yep. So I think that's one of the best exhibitions we've had lined up.
We've been trying to set it up for a year.
I mean, it was cool watching Lucas play them.
Yes,
but
I mean, it's our local kid.
Those young, fearless guys. I think that's a great match to see them play.
I mean, they've had this rivalry forever, and it's just.
Well, yeah.
And they're both, you can't say. I mean, one has an age advantage or anything like that. Wasn't
Earl on the receiving end of Efren's famous Z shot?
I believe so.
I believe, yeah, he played an amazing save, and Efren Z shot it out of it. But in all fairness, Efren couldn't have done that if Earl wasn't there to do that to him.
Yep.
Pull it an assist almost.
Why?
Michael Jordan always needs someone to dunk on.
It's a good observation. I like that. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and to your point that these guys are in their 70s.
It's a great stroke there.
When's the next time these two are going to play against each other again? I mean, this you never know.
You know, I mean, I hate to say it, but this could be epic. This could be the last time they have this opportunity to match up. You know, I'm not saying anything about like their health or anything, but they're not doing exhibitions like this anymore.
No.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I mean, like I said, we've been working
they play
on
the fans and stuff like that.
It's just we've been working on a long race between these two guys for at least a year.
I'm a little shocked on the number, honestly.
Race to 50?
Yeah.
It's becoming the new hotness now, having ever since
the races to 50, but the old men don't usually do that.
Well, that's why it's 2 days.
Fair. Yeah, they usually do.
The race to 20.
They usually do at least 30 a day.
Yeah.
You know, I know Shane Van Bonen's one that's definitely known for his long races.
Oh yeah, better doing 120 was.
Yeah. It was great.
It was great pool.
You know what shocks me the most is how many of those go hill. Like it comes down to the last game.
What was it? 120 to 116 or something?
I thought it.
Or was it hill?
I thought it was 120 to 119 the first time.
Is that right?
Battled. Yeah.
Wow.
And I believe Shaw also had a hill match with one of them.
It is kind of fun. I mean, you say that people are evenly matched, but you know, you're absolutely right. Hill is like statistically improbable. You would think at some point somebody would run away a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest gap they had in the most recent SVB and Feder was like 5 or 6. It wasn't,
really?
it wasn't,
I don't know
that huge, there wasn't that huge of a lead in there.
You know, so I don't know. I feel like there's two different takes on a hill match and a race to 120. You know, instantly I want to be like, it's rigged.
Right.
But as we all know, pool is such a mental game. Being down could be that drive you need.
Different people react differently.
So
people go in the tank when they're down. Some people are like, all right.
Yeah. And any pro should be able to handle themselves.
Yeah, take it out.
You know, that's an amateur stake to, lose before you're done.
Yeah, Jeff, to your comment there, it's I don't know. I have knowledge of the commentator that I think we're going to get. I don't think it's been hammered down. So once we have that, we'll announce. But we have at least one, possibly two, really, really well-known commentators. We'll put it that way.
I could probably take a guess. Have we had them before?
No.
Even digital?
Not even a Zoom.
Not even remotely. Wow. Okay. I definitely look forward to that one. Is it going to be remote or are they going to be here?
To be determined.
All right. We'll just stay in the suspense.
So I just told Sean who it is. And
oh my God.
I got the exact reaction I was expecting.
I'm more excited for the commentary now than the players. What date is this now? I'm officially
February 1st and 2nd, I want to say it. Was it on the little flyer?
And I keep the seat.
Oh, yeah, well. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Oh, February 1st and 2nd. That's it. There it is right there.
Yeah, I'll put that on my calendar right now.
I have a feeling we're going to have no tickets available at some point.
Yeah. I normally don't go to them because I have great seats at my house to watch it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
In the subscription. Yeah, but I might have to be here for that one.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting photo op.
Yeah. And I look forward to that commentary.
Should be entertaining.
Jeff, what are you referring to? The joke about the hug that never happened?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
He might be referring to his last comment.
Yeah, I mean,
again, I'm not going to try to pronounce that.
I would go Showa, but I'm not 100% on that.
I would Americanize it and said Cioa.
Cioa? No.
Or I should have stuck with I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Oh, here we go. Brian's Merrick's in the house.
We'll see. Flying Brian. Passing his spirit to Don for a shot.
Yeah, right. Hopefully, it's wired. It's wired.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
Yeah.
But it was. I think
I totally would have bobbled that for Mike to be able
just to hit the pound hung it in there.
Yeah. Dead center of that pocket.
Given where the 4 is, that wasn't a bad call.
No.
Just to try and take a poke.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Not only would I fire it, I would have looked for a save too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because honestly, that's almost better. Bobble it. Well, it's not better than making it, but you bobble it, get the save, Lock up safety, get ball in hand. Now it's in.
Oh, she asked Earl for a hug after their match, and Earl said no. That's a very Earlish thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's classic Earl right there.
Classic Earl.
It's a good shot on that 3 right there. At that angle, definitely.
Pretty good opportunity to safe out here. Just sort of open it up.
He might swing at the bank.
Really? It feels like the 8's in the way.
It's gonna be tight. Yeah, he was swinging at it though. It's gonna get a nice roll. Actually,
no, that's all about it.
Yeah.
I think it's wide open.
Table 8 though.
But yeah, well, there's no such thing as wide open.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, you know, a lot of times, like, people like to respect the player and give him a ball or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know, aside from yesterday when I think he gave me a couple 7 outs. But, you know, normally I'd make you shoot that if that was the 9.
I know he gave you at least 1 6 out.
Yeah.
And I said, we were talking beforehand. He's like, yeah, I said, he said, it's like the one thing I don't want to do tonight is like miss the 6. I was like, see what happens. And
there's no gimmies on this table though. Yeah, I think that's one of those classic situations where I'm not giving you the rack, taking it away from myself.
Right.
You know, like, I'm not saying you deserve to win. I just deserve to lose.
Right.
We all have those.
Yeah. All been there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Think of where I'd go position-wise here.
You just got to take your medicine. Just play it and play the short side of the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Might have put a touch of left to try to come straight across. But even here, I don't think I'm swinging at this. I think I'm trying to bank it up behind the 7. There's no bad that could come up. You know what I'm saying? Just get it on that rail. Get the cue ball down by the top right pocket. I mean,
and he touched here.
Your instinct wants you to go for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You feel like I can cut this right in, and he had position. Problem is that just that long cut up the rail. The pocket's just narrower.
And even yesterday, I mean, I played a little loose, but there was shots I could have made that I definitely just left horrible.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the end of the day, if you can play, defense well, you're better off trying to get ball in hand than trying to take a 10%er up the rail.
On this table, you don't even need ball in hand. I can just give you the whole table on a straight in shot. And I did that to Will too. I left him a straight in shot on the 9 ball. Like, purposely. Across the whole table. That was not a stab against Will. That was this table is gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
You know? I would say I'd be happy to be 50% on a pocket to center table to pocket shot.
Yep.
On this table. You know, and I had to play that card. You know, they say never play your opponent, but you can play the table.
Definitely.
On any other table in here, I would never would have left that.
Interesting. Yeah, it's stuck right behind the 8 somehow. Don's getting some pretty good rolls here so far.
Jeff just posted the clip of when Earl rejected.
Yeah, I don't see a link or anything.
I don't believe you can do that.
Well, if you copy the address out of the browser, and then paste it into the comment section, I can see it. Well, let's make sure.
He might have also posted it on YouTube.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Myself in a little trouble here. We got a hit, and that's not a terrible leave. This is live, right?
Yeah, that's live.
Okay.
Trying to get to the comment section on YouTube.
Yeah. No, I just want to make sure I'm commentating on what they're watching. Screwed that up on. But yeah, he just said he posted it in the chat in YouTube. So.
Yep. I'm just waiting for the comments.
Yeah, there it is. Just loaded. And we see your comment about posting it, and
I don't see a link in here.
Yeah, no, we see that you said you posted it, and no. Seeing it on YouTube. What do we got here? Don's
He's got a hanger in the right 7 corner, or the right angle on the 8, if he just sits it there.
I mean, what's the play here? You draw it back, follow it.
I just literally pop it over, just tap it in. I take the 8 in the corner. Oop, damn it. Can't unpress that when that happens.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Brian has predicted the next rack is going to be a breaking ball.
There you
That's
go.
a hell of a prediction.
I got to change the location of that button because I've done that twice now in the last 2 days.
Shh. Let it pan out. Let it pan out. Might be coming to you for some 6 numbers on the next rack.
Well, that was it. I mean, he played the shot. Probably mentally tried to, cheated a little bit to get the perfect position.
Cheated.
Yeah, probably mentally.
Come on.
But at the end of the day, yeah, it's just gonna spit it right
You're
back.
not cheating these.
Curious, I want to test something. See if maybe YouTube blocks YouTube links or something.
Yeah, I mean, it might.
So this is the link to our live video right now.
I imagine you have permissions.
Yeah, I mean, we have links.
It's your own thing. My YouTube, see if I can see it. So where's that happens? We get another view?
Right?
Oh, I will kill the audio though. Yeah, I just signed into my YouTube app, Jeff. I don't have it here either. See you talking about it. I see you saying here's the clip, and then I posted on the chat. However, Shark Stream definitely came up.
Gotta figure this one out.
I believe there's a good reason for that. Not allowing.
Oh, I'm sure there's
random people to be able. Yeah. You know, there's very inappropriate stuff people can just post links to.
Oh yeah, I mean,
so that's
probably
probably
auto moderation and everything in there.
Yeah, it's probably disabled for a good reason though.
I can see that. I'll just Google that because it must come up.
Yeah. Well, we know it has come up, and that's why you can't.
Fair.
Who's the string? Oh, so we just Googled it, and looks like it was after their match, and with an X with a warning, no hugs. That's ours. You know what? Now that we're talking about it, I think I've actually seen that clip before.
I'll check it out after the stream.
If I remember correctly, she went in for a hug, and he just like shook her hand.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a clip on, you know how you store stupid, funny animated GIFs on your phone? GIFs, whatever you want to call them. There's one of Rowan Atkinson I have in here that I text to people. It just makes me laugh. Someone goes in for a hug. He has the exact right reaction.
Oh, does he just like...
He literally puts his hand on her face and pushes her away and then shakes his hand.
Yes, I've
shakes her hand. It's like the greatest, oh, hell no kind of move ever. You see you're a hugger. No.
Yeah. I'm not either for or against those huggy people. I just hate the awkwardness. Like I don't even know what to do. Especially when you just went down the line hugging everyone and we don't hug. So I'm like, I just give you the little chin nod.
I very much anti-hug in general, but you just sold this out hard. Don't bother.
Making you shoot that.
Let's say I want to make it every shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a favorite to make it.
I mean, yeah. That was just a straight poke. But, all right, so Don will go up 5-2.
Yeah.
Where did I screwed up somewhere. Don just got the last point. If he'll go up and flip the board. And I'll know which numbers are which, and I'll try and pay better attention. So I had 5-2, right?
We got TV in the background of this. How crazy is all the snow around us getting?
I'm hoping it doesn't come here.
We're supposed to get like a dusting or whatever.
Yeah, snowy mixture. The last I saw. All right, so that means Don is in red.
I mean, Don just adjusted the score, and it's 4-3.
He's in red. He's got 4. Mike's got 3. I corrected the score. I must have just tagged the wrong person once. I had that 5-2 right. So I mean,
see, that's one thing. Like even in my house, I have integration where I don't have to keep score, and it's for that reason. You know, I showed Bobby the system. It's pretty flawless. Surprised he didn't want to do it, but they just basically have an iPad out there that changes our score in here.
oh yeah, I've seen. I remember doing streams at your house, and I saw that. Yeah, I mean that's essentially what digital pool is.
Yeah. They stole it from me.
But we can, you know, when that's yeah, they took your idea. That's awesome. And they got a pretty together system. It's getting more popular, and especially in big tournament situations. That like, you know, we did the Pennsylvania Pro-Am, we did what do you call it, the International Open.
That was unfortunate.
We had so many viewers from that international just broadcasting side tables. Like we had 2,600 people.
That's right.
At one point.
I mean, everyone was looking for it. You know, that was awesome that they let you do it too.
Yeah, I can't thank Digital Pool, and especially Zach Goldsmith, who runs all their technical operations. They've been. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I
get exposure.
So do they.
But
you're doing commentary on one of their matches that normally would have been quiet.
Then exactly. So and it just gets the content out there. And of course, we have the link on the screen. Say if you want to watch all the tables live and streaming. So it's a way to promote their sales. I'm curious. I haven't gotten the numbers for how we did. But I know we definitely got a lot of exposure and a lot of subscribers. The YouTube channel got 1,000 new.
Whatever happened with that other thing we were exploring? I downloaded the app on my phone. We saw some crazy, like 5-figure numbers at one point.
Oh, caffeine?
Caffeine, that's it. Yeah, what happened with that? Did that just fizzle off?
They ran out of venture capital, I guess. But they
caffeine's done.
Caffeine's shut down.
Okay.
They were a nice partner, and they were driving traffic pretty well. But it was a.
I feel like those numbers were like a little off.
I think they might have been exaggerated.
And if they weren't off, if there was 50,000 people watching us play pool, they wouldn't have went under.
No, yeah, you would think.
So
well, I mean, I don't know if they had a real profit model. Like in other words, people get to tune in and see us on their bandwidth.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, where was the money coming from? I don't see any ads, and like
that's true too.
So they got to get money coming in.
No, I remember being excited when we got that. The first week we got it, I played a list match, and I played lights out, but we couldn't get the stream working. So it was in the dark on that, and then I wound up doing a rematch against the person, shot horrible. And I think something like 50,000 people watched me just crash and burn. That's how it goes, though.
Well, it's interesting is that Billiard.tv, I think it's called, the one that's on most smart.
Yeah. No, I've seen that before.
They're located, is my understanding, right here in Cheshire, Connecticut.
No way.
The town north of us.
Oh wow.
So I've mentioned to Bobby a couple of times. It's just like, you should just drive up there and say, hey, I got a load of content you can throw on your channel.
But do they live stream?
No, but we would basically say you can go take any of our content and throw it on the stream if they want.
It's publicity. Yeah.
Yep. Because they run stuff on loops.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's usually not. It's like in the 3-4 ratio. And so old.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's going to be another defensive struggle.
Yeah, he has a piece of it. Not much you can do with it. You could try to go 2 rails behind the 8.
See, I'm thinking you feather it and then just go back up table. Or it's just sort of just nick it.
Hey, Chris,
nick it to there and then just sort of go boom.
Yeah.
My lines are terrible compared to some
of yours. Ooh, that was actually really good too.
He
might make it.
That would be a kick in the butt, wouldn't it? You're like, I was trying to.
It wouldn't be terrible.
Hey, Crystal. Crystal Pistol in the building.
What are you doing? You jumping, kicking?
I'm jumping all day. If I'm me, I'm kicking. I have a jump cue. I just don't know how to use it. I use
kicking short rail or long rail.
I'm coming up here.
Yeah, long rail.
Let's take a look at the overhead again because it's right dead nuts in the center of the pocket, so it doesn't matter which rail you use. As long as you don't follow it in.
Honestly, I don't even hate the masse on that.
That's not a bad plan.
You're gonna come up with so much. The inside will even help you hold it for the 8. There we go.
Beautiful execution, and he got away with it.
Tight pocket helped him for once.
Very much so.
That's a question for you.
You guys talked to Lonnie Fox Raymond about streaming some of the WPABA women's tournaments. No, but I will definitely bring that up. I haven't personally. Bobby's the one that does all that networking. I just sit in the booth and do what I'm told. So there's that. But it's a great idea, Jeff. I'll mention it. Because if they're using similar systems to Digital Pool, we can just bring the feeds into the booth, and then we can have guys like me and Sean sitting here talking about what we say.
I'm not sure if those are actually what we need, like streaming every table and that.
Depending on how they're if they're recording,
they have to be streaming it.
Then they have
commentary over.
They could send us, just like Digital Pool does. They send us a special link that bypasses the pay-per-view page and all that other stuff. We literally just type in a certain specific URL with some tokens in it, and then the feed just shows up in the booth.
Okay.
And then we just talk over it and send it right back out. Got myself right on the 50-yard line here, and this is like my least favorite shot on this table.
Oh yeah, this is one of the safes I played.
Yeah.
This is safe all day. So you want to go for it. He's going to come out okay on this, actually.
Jeff says they're using Digital Pool, so that's that. I'll have that conversation with Bobby if he can get Zach and Lonnie to, because right now the last 2 partnerships we did, I think they did very well. We sold some pay-per-views.
Jeff, every big tournament uses Digital Pool to run the tournament. Are they live streaming every table?
It sounds like they're. Oh,
I assume that's what you're implying.
Because there's Digital Pool, the website that everybody sees, and
even the local tournaments are using Digital Pool to run it.
Yeah, so running this, if the tournament director just opens up Digital, anybody can, pay whatever it is, $14 a month to run tournaments. And
ballsy.
But the question is, if they're using Digital Pool equipment like the ones we were talking about earlier, if they're using Digital Pool equipment, then we can access it.
Is Digital Pool affiliated with Matchroom?
I don't think there's an affiliation, but there might be some sort of partnership going on there.
I've heard talk of Matchroom cameras and all that. And
maybe.
Now Digital Pool also.
Well,
we did the McDermott. Oh, no, we didn't do it, but when they did the McDermott Open at Amazing,
okay,
they had the whole Matchroom setup.
That's interesting.
And I heard Bobby talk about doing something like that, even exactly like that.
See, I thought
Jeff just said Matchroom does not use Digital Pool.
All right, so they use their own equipment for most Matchroom events.
Yeah.
Having said that, I thought Amazing was doing using Digital Pool gear, but
that's why I'm confused with that too. Well, because I know they did the McDermott Open, which I thought was a Matchroom event.
It definitely is a Matchroom event.
And I also thought they had Digital Pool. Because I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought I was following the practice.
It could very well be that they've been streaming for a long time now. They may have just had their own equipment and just wired it up to Digital Pool.
Yeah, well, the McDermott, I mean, Bo has done a great job with all of their, streaming and all that. And I know he had a full revamp when they had the McDermott Open.
Right.
With all the live I mean, he always had it. I don't know if you've ever been there, but he's got like iPhones and iPads hanging from the ceiling to keep score and everything. And
that's pretty wild. I mean, my buddy Dave Manson goes there. He does leagues there and he plays there. That's his home base. He tells me a fascinating story. He's like, depending on when you go, it's 6 miles from my house or something like that. Let's just say arbitrarily, but it's an hour away.
It's because it's better than 3 hours
because it's Boston. No, he lives in Somerville.
Okay,
so he's right in the like if you were to go on Waze, it'd say and not Waze. If you were to go on just Google Maps, it would say it's a 6-minute drive with no traffic.
Jeff, have a good night, man. Thank you for keeping us company.
Yeah, definitely. But the problem is the traffic that's in Boston. Of course, he's like it's 6 miles away. How long does it take you to get there? Sometimes an hour.
Yeah, it's funny. I got like Irish heritage and lived in New England. I've been to Boston twice now, and both times was to go to Aramith Billiards.
Oh, no kidding.
One time, Steph made me expand on that a little bit, and we brought the kids and that.
Oh, nice.
During the tournament, her and a couple other people from here went to Salem, and then when they came back, The tournament was short lived, so we had some free time.
Really?
Yeah. No, I've never done anything good there, but we wound up going to Boston, like the city, and
Boston is a great town. It's
was it Chelsea Market? Is that it?
yeah, I know.
Is it Chelsea
Yeah,
Market?
I think it is. Yeah.
Something, whatever the one you're supposed to see. We went there. I had a blast, loved it, felt at home, comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, people there are great.
I just hate driving there.
Yeah.
The driving around Boston sucked.
Well, it was laid out by a plowman in like the 1500s, so now you know exactly. There's no structure, rhyme, or reason. And I think I've told this story on the booth before, but my buddy lives there, and he's like, okay, here's how to get to my house. I was like, all right. He was like, if you do get off on the wrong exit, though, there's no way to get to my house, so make sure. What do? I get off the wrong exit, and I pull over, and I'm just like, I see a traffic cop. I asked him, I said, hey, how do I get to this road?
To where you started.
And those are the exact words he used were, you can't get there from here. The same words that Dave used, you can't get there from here. You have to go back the way you came and just leave.
Start again tomorrow.
Leave Boston, weirdo.
Yeah. I forgot where I heard it. I think it might have been a stand-up comedian or something. Was talking, like, I'm from New York, so, like, I know New York, and it's a perfect grid. It was mapped up really well.
Yep.
They're like, yeah. So New York is a grid, and it makes so much sense. The map of Boston is a bowl of spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And to top it off, we also go underground, come back up. So if you have a GPS, you're going to lose that too, because that's not going to work.
It's worthless.
Yeah. And I experienced that firsthand, and it's awful. Look at that. Yeah. It's horrible. He just pulled up a meme of comparison to New York to Boston. I can't read all the words on here.
It's pretty awesome. It says New York because we want you to know where you are and how to get where you're going. And then it has Boston because F you.
Yeah.
And if you Google just Boston because F you, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's one of my favorite pictures, and it tells you everything you need to know about Boston. Oh, he tried to force that in there, and it said, hell no.
Honestly, it was for no reason. He didn't have the throw.
I don't think he needed that kind of speed was a little over the top.
Yeah. That's one of those shots where you just needed to really spin that cue ball to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
The power was not getting you where you needed to be.
That is a fairly common misconception, I guess. You know, I was teaching pool this summer with Bobby and
Bart in the pool school.
Yeah. And there's a misconception that power equals spin or that you can draw the ball all the way by the back of the table by hitting something really hard. And like, actually, it works counterproductive. If you hit it softer but with more spin, then you get far more distance.
Well, yeah.
If it's the ball doesn't just change on a dime, you know what I mean?
You know, one of the best references that I really think I've gotten through to people, because I used to give lessons when I was younger and shot better, and people would be like, that didn't grasp English. I was like, the reference I always gave was, imagine you have a globe and you want to spin that globe as fast as you can. Are you going to smack it hard? No. You're going to have your hand on that as much as you can and let the power increase to get that thing spinning. It's the same thing with pool. You want to be contacting that cue ball as much as you can to get it spinning. If you just hit it hard, it's just going to spin a little bit, you know?
Exactly.
Same thing with the globe. If you just sit here and smack it, it's not going to spin that much. You want to, it's like Wheel of Fortune too.
Right.
Imagine you just smack that wheel. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. So you just need to be in contact.
Oh, wow. That went sideways big time.
Unfortunately, classic.
Well, the second volley's knocked off the table, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's getting a little too elevated.
Yeah. A lot of tables, this would be an easy out, but
it's still not a gimme.
Yeah.
That goes down, right?
That goes down ball in hand.
Yeah, it's ball in hand.
It's ball in hand. Table
yes.
Yes.
It does not get spotted. Be looking for a rule clarification?
Should I go out there?
Yeah, you might as well tell him. Bye-bye, 4-ball. Thank you, Kristen. always nice. So we've got about, we're getting close to 50 people tuning in. Like I said, as we get closer to 7 o'clock, the numbers are going to just.
Oh, you did say that.
So, yeah, people finish dinner and then they're sitting on the sofa and then let's see what's on Facebook. Oh, Shark Stream's live. Right? You know, that's essentially what happens. Or, you know, they finish dinner, they go to the bathroom, they check Facebook, whatever you want to say. So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching, though, please hit the like button. See, that's how to draw it full tab. He did not clobber.
It was too full.
It
was too full.
But you see, he didn't clobber the ball there. He just hit it.
No, that's
spin.
Unfortunately, he stroked that beautifully.
He stroked it too good.
Yeah. Alternative events right there.
The right score still. All right, so this is going to be. See, it's me. I'm leaving the cue like here, and just putting a little high left.
Yeah. Just follow it up.
Just trying to make sure he gets the right angle on the 7.
Either high left or even just a touch right. Get you in the same spot. So that's whatever you're more comfortable with.
I like. So if you do it that way, the ball's traveling like this.
Yeah.
And the speed is a big problem because you have to land somewhere, you know, in that spot. If you're using high left, it's gonna the cue's gonna travel and it's going straight towards it. Speed won't matter because if you leave yourself a 5-foot shot or you leave yourself a 3-foot shot, it's the same shot.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. And if he hit it just a little further up, which was your fear,
yeah,
you have the wrong angle to get on this 8.
That was my big fear. You have with this line here.
The shot's makeable, but
anything past here, is bad news. Yeah, then you're coming this way.
Down table, yep.
So you got the right angle, just got to pull it back 2 balls. Ooh.
You know, I just watched his stroke on that, and he's doing the bounce.
Yeah.
You know, so many people do that, and I'll be honest with you, that was something I had to fix later in my game. Like the past couple of years was the bouncing. You know, don't ever stroke forward after fighting yourself on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pull back slow and then follow through. I've told many people, I give Christina Tkach credit for that, fixing that on me.
Yeah.
She takes it to the extreme. She pauses on the backstroke.
Yep.
You know, but her forward stroke is so fluid. There's nothing fighting it. But I had the bad habit of pulling back, and while I'm pulling back, start going forward.
Right.
You know, so you're fighting yourself.
You're definitely fighting the inertia of the cue.
Exactly. Which, first of all, it counters every single practice stroke you just took.
Yeah.
It's not even, there was no reason to do it.
Yeah, there's some nuances to that stroke. I mean, I haven't actually videoed my stroke, but I've been told that I have a very nice smooth draw and follow through when I hit the shot.
That was a good shot there, right?
That was a perfect shot right there. Good enough. Oh, it's just one of those things where it's like, but when I see so many different variations on what is considered the perfect stroke. I read Burns' Standard Book of Billiards when I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and he very well describes exactly what perfect stroke looks like, and I think that's where I really got most of it from, was just following the advice in that book.
Really? Might have to read that book.
It's an old book, but it's still in publication. That's how good it is, and it teaches you everything from the physics of the balls, why the rails aren't exactly like people think that rails are like mirrors, and the cues are like the balls are like lasers. It's not how it works. Balls are rubber, or the rails are rubber, and so speed makes a difference, spin makes a difference, everything makes a difference.
Temperature, humidity.
But the thing is, totally. And in the book, he tells you why they make a difference in a way that just resonates, and it's sort of like, that makes sense. Yeah. And it's that book is, I've probably read it.
I mean, at the end of the day, you might know why, but it doesn't mean you can adapt.
No, here's the thing. He goes, like, by playing for 1,000 hours, you can observe how differently things happen with the rails, with the balls, with everything else. You can, sort of mentally map it.
Yeah.
But the book says, here, let's do a little physics. Here's why it's doing what it's doing, and here's how to, how to use that information to convert into accuracy. Squirt, throw, drag, all that other stuff.
Of course.
He goes into details on why that happens. And it made all the difference to me when I was younger.
Yeah. I'm sure he explained why, but did he tell you how to fix it?
Well, it was I think one of the things that it gives you the fundamentals.
Of course.
And since I read it early on, it just I never known any different. If I started playing and then developed, because even when I was, teaching pool school, the guy's like, "Oh, how do I put draw on the cue?" And I'm like, "Wait. Let me show you how to stand at the table first.
Oh, okay. So
Let me show you. Yeah, okay. Now here's how to hold the back of the cue. I mean, you're not trying to strangle a cobra. It should be a feather in your hand. So let's loosen up a little bit here. But
you don't need to hold the back of the cue.
You don't have
to hold the very end.
Nope, you can anywhere is fine. But
honestly, one of the best advice I got was for that part was find where the midpoint, the balance point is, and hold just behind that.
Yep.
So now the cue, the gravity's not fighting you. But yeah, there's so many variables in the one shot you take. There's so many variables.
The goal is to eliminate as many of those variables as you can. So
I mean, the sheer polish on the ball is a variable that can be taken into consideration. The size of the pockets, which we
of course
experience all the time on this stream.
That's good. He just sure what Don's doing there. He looked like he got down, fired, and then ran to the chair before he. I don't know. Maybe he just knew he missed, and he said, "I'm out of here." But see, that's the other thing, and I know people that have listened to me on the stream before have heard probably sick to death of hearing it. But when I was going to cue stick as a teenager, the old man there, we called him Old Man Vinny.
That's funny you just brought that up.
Yeah.
I'm working with a guy today that mentioned cue stick from the first time I've ever.
Is that right?
That's the place in Meriden.
It was on Old Colony in Meriden. Yeah. That's where we played until Yale opened, and we played in both, but that was 35, 40 years ago. Having said that, the old man would sit there, and if you popped up like a lot of players do, in other words, you take your shot and just pick up, it's almost like golfing. You can't wait to see where the ball went, so you just don't finish your stroke. If you popped up before you finished following through and just sort of executing, Old Man Vinny would hit you in the back of the head. He literally one time he whacked me with a cue. Well, not hard, but you know what I mean? He saw me popping up.
It's like the Catholic school nuns with the ruler.
Oh, he whacked me for popping out of the shot before I was done executing. And I swear to this day, my problem is not ever popping up. There have been times that I have forgotten to get up, and the balls come back and hit my cue. Because my hand's still on the table, my cue's still, I leave everything there until I'm damn good and ready to get up. So it's one of those things that was beat into me literally, and I recommend other people to sort of share that advice. If you keep popping out of your stance, then you're taking your eye off the ball, you're taking your eye off the cue, you're too worried about other things than execution.
It's really insane how much the fundamentals matter. You could be a great shot, but if you don't stick to your fundamentals, you're in trouble. Jump up on your shot, you stroke it wrong, take your eye off the ball, or the one thing I've been trying to perfect, that last second adjustment right before you hit the ball, where you just move your bridge hand just a touch.
I don't know that. I don't do that.
No.
I know it is a problem.
I've been spending 30 years trying to perfect it.
Oh, that's really. I see others. I commented a couple times on a couple people.
That and I'll probably get that at the same time I get the double masse,
Right. The double masse. The double masse.
Just S that ball.
But it was I forget where I was going with this. So even when you put your hand down, there's I see players, to your point just now, that are moving their they're still moving their hands. And the first thing I was taught is this should be made of stone.
Yeah.
Your bridge hand has to be made of stone.
Same thing with actually using the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I see the people moving that thing all around. I see the bridge move when you stroke, and I'm like, wow, you're doing that wrong. I was taught to just put my hand on top of it so you.
That's what I was taught too. In fact, that's in the book. Yeah. It's literally when I see someone bridging with the stick in the air and the back of the bridge in the air, I'm like, okay, I almost want to walk over and do the same thing Vinny would have done for me and say, okay, let me show you how to use this tool properly.
No,
so that was terrible.
The pocket's huge.
Oh, when the white ball is coming, I swear those pockets open up.
It just sucks it in.
It's like a magnetic field just pulls it in.
I mean, I'd be happy to have this opportunity right now, but it's not a gimme.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
The 8 to the 9 is not great, especially on this table. especially when you don't get great on the 8 to get there.
Nice stretching
But
across the table. And
he is stretching. Position's natural. He just wants to come just past that.
see along the
bottom side
bridges now,
pocket.
that brings in all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Unless you're absolutely a machine with your stroke. This would be one of those I would end up walking away from saying, I should have got the bridge.
I believe that's what we're doing.
I think maybe he's getting an extension for his kid.
I don't have much experience with the extensions, honestly.
I don't like them. Not only that,
I actually
my
had
cue's so old.
I had one custom made for my cue.
Is that right?
Yeah, but it was an afterthought. So I have to take the bumper out to get it in.
So
I can't be bothered with that.
I'm exactly the same shape. I was my Predator is from 1998, so it's 26 years old, and it's one of the very first Predators they ever made. But it had just a flat rubber on the bottom, and it's about this thick. You can pop it out with your thumb, and there is a weight bolt in there. But in order for me to have an extension, I'd have to change the weight bolt, change the rubber, and then have something that I can.
I don't have to go through all that. I actually had the extension made, and Steve Murphy, who made my cue, made it for, we'll say, nothing for me, and it matches my butt.
And it's got the same.
It's gorgeous when it's on there.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure he lost money even in material just making that for me. But he takes so much pride in his work. He was just happy to have it in my hands.
Yep.
Ooh, shot there.
Nice shot by Don.
All right. Stefan's wrapping up her list match right now, so we are going to go on that dinner date. Gonna
enjoy Ludo.
Yeah.
Curious what you think.
Check it out.
Definitely.
Report back. Have a good night.
Absolutely. You too.
You need anything? You want to
I'm
beer?
good.
Oh, you good?
I'm good. Thank you. Good night, Sean. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for staying with us. Sean and I just sort of rapping while we're watching Don and Mike play pool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was fun. I always like talking to Sean, and we can always talk pool, definitely. But in general, real nice guy. Even when I'm not calling him, or even when I'm calling him Joe. All right, big break, no balls. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Nothing. Figured you were still lurking around there, Joe. Oh, what do we got here? The 2's a little tied up. Tried to force the 1 down, and man, I tell you, like I said, if you're going to play any speed into these pockets, you got to be pinpoint accurate. If you catch a little bit of point, even a tiny bit, it's gonna spit it right back out. Wow, now the pocket's open. I take the 1-9er here, I have a feeling. And there it is. Let's see if he's got it. Nice shot. All right, so Mike scored a quick one there. Wait a minute. Oh, that was I gave it to Mike. Okay, good. So it should be 6-5. Yeah, there we go. I just got a text from Joe. Hey, man, I wish I was there. Sitting in this little closet is not nearly as fun. What is going on? Donkey keeps walking through the party room and opening up the emergency exit door without closing it. So now I'm freezing. Sorry about that, folks. Anyhow, well, look at this 9 hanging in the break. Don's got a look at this. Oh, perfect. Back to back. Early 9s. So even though Mike was able to bring it to within 1 with an early 9 ball, Don was able to respond in kind. Sometimes that's just the way you roll. Does it say Simonis above one of the players' names? Well, 2 of our primary sponsors are McDermott Cues and Simonis Cloth, so we just stick them there to remind you. Just a subtle advertisement for their products, I suppose. All right, what do we got here? Wide open pattern. Nice easy access to the 1. Just got to make sure he stays on the right side of the table. Gonna have to shoot over this 3. That makes it tougher. All right, well, let's see. Is he going to go around the horn to get to this pink ball, or is he just going to take it there? Yeah, he went around the horn. Going to be a little too speedy. I think in that situation, I might have just left the cue ball here. You got a window? It doesn't look like he's got a window. He might be doing a little bit of left English. Yeah, that's what he was doing. See where it rolls. Holds into open territory. So that means Mike will have a look at the corner pocket. Probably kiss off the 9 a little bit and just roll into the middle of the table would be ideal. That Going for the tap safety. That's probably not a bad play with the 8 sitting where it is. That was a nice little touch shot. I don't know if you got the 7 in the hole. Yeah, from this angle, it looks like the 7's impeding. Grabbing the old jumper. Successfully over the 7, didn't quite get the line he wanted, but the roll's not bad. I mean, at this distance, that cut shot's pretty intimidating. Seems like both these guys have started to ratchet up their defense game a little bit here. I know they were playing pretty good in the beginning, but in the middle, they were starting to take some pokes. Joe, because Mike's down by 2. Be a pretty reasonably high probability out here. Table 8 for you. Nice, nice cut shot. Yeah, Joe, you're absolutely right. Oh, wow. And he's gonna, oh no. Wow. Hey guys, can you stop using that door? I'll do a reverse curse. How about that? Ball in hand, 2 balls on the table should be a very good outs, but I still say that this is going to require some skill, otherwise you're going to miss. It just traveled up a bit to get to the side pocket, I'm thinking. Calling it all the way to, is he calling the side? Yeah. Reverse curse didn't work, Jeff. To fire it. Maybe the second time around? I think Don's going to get to the hill here. Don is on the hill, and you know what that means, folks. Andy Gao is going to give away 1 free month subscription to the Shark Stream. I will be hitting the randomizer right now. See who's going to get a free month to the Shark Stream. Andrew Yirak, Y-I-R-A-K, has been chosen to get a membership, a 1-month membership, courtesy of Andy Gao on the Shark Stream. So congratulations, Andrew. We just did the drawing for November members yet last night, as a matter of fact. So if you guys are curious, go check that out. There's a few names in there that we couldn't message. So if you watch the video and you want to claim your prize, definitely reach out to me here at Brian@thesharkstream.com. That's with an I. And or you can just reach out to us on Facebook or whatever is your preference. But definitely check that out. So you're going to get into the December raffle that'll probably take place not necessarily on January 1st because it's New Year's Day. Maybe January 2nd. We'll do the raffle for that one. I don't know if this 2's got an opening. Could definitely get the template out of there, though. Looking at the 2-9er. Gonna shoot through the template. Wow. Oh, what? Oh, no. Oh, man. That sucks. Made a great carom to shoot the 9 in the corner. But then the cue just said it was so perfect. The cue just followed it right in. It's tough break for I think that was Don. Oh, Mike's got to be getting frustrated. He just missed a second ball in hand shot, and it's like, if you guys don't believe me about these pockets, they are just extraordinary tight, and if you don't give them the courtesy they need, then they will punish you. Like Don just spun it in there. Center ball here. Don't get fancy. Yep. Maybe a touch of stun, but you're going to be tempted. This is the problem. You're going to be tempted to try and cheat it to get the cue ball behind, next to the 9-7. I say just roll forward. Yeah, see, that's the scary part of these. I don't. I swear it's in both players' heads right now. Because right there, the smart play was just tap it in, roll forward, take an angle on the 7. But when you have years of experience, you're like, oh, I can just stun it over. That shot was too straight to stun. Joe, I was expecting. Wow. Mike has got to be. Oh, he's on the floor right now. Cursing the pool gods as we speak. Joe, we were supposed to have Brian Merrick here tonight to play Charlie McMahon, but due to the weather forecast and the fact that Joe works, I guess he's got a plow or some kind of landscape. You know what he does. He's not available tonight, so we had to cancel. I was really looking forward to seeing Brian and Charlie play. I think that would have been a real fun match to watch. But they'll have to play eventually, so I'll try to be here. Look at this. Don just missed ball in hand, too. Got good on the 7. This is getting hard. Ooh. Back to the defense, they're saying. Believe that 6 ball goes in the side. But it can, doesn't mean it will. Nice pace, perfect shot, bad position. Oh, that's tough, man. You do the right thing, and then you just don't get rewarded sometimes. The schedule real quick in case something's changed. Yeah, no, all right, Brian canceled. And there's pretty much nothing else coming. Let's see, Friday. Oh. Just sort of scrolling through so I can give you guys a heads up if something interesting is coming up. There's nothing really booked right now for top 10, so hopefully they'll get their schedule going because, again, right now Ashley Benoit is in second place on our list because the new rule, the rule of being skipped if you don't play each period is in effect, and it's always been in effect, but now it's being enforced. So Lisa's and the webmaster, I guess, are holding their feet to the fire, and that's moving players around. So hopefully they'll get some more scheduled this weekend. If there's something interesting coming up, top 10 list, or, interesting possibilities, I'll sit back in the booth and stream them for you. Mike with a big key shot. Don't do it. Oh my goodness. He would have probably broken his cue right there. Okay, the balls have been rolling. All right. Back number 15. That's there. Oh, but look at this leave. Looks like that two's taking out a pretty good chunk of the angle he's got. Needed to shorten that up a little bit, unfortunately, so that's going to get Don back to the table on the hell. Forward a little bit for the two, stop it right there for the three. I'm sorry to laugh, but this table gets in everyone's heads, and I can see both players are a little frustrated right now. A decent shot at this four ball. Nice in a natural position to come back for the five. So he's just got to make sure he's got the right cut angle and let it rip. There he does. He went 2 times across the table to get on the five. Just making the shot. This is like, there's no future in it because now they got to deal with the 6. So he went for the side cross. Actually, that was it. That was an interesting solution. Didn't have any future in cutting it up the rail. Definitely didn't have a, it wasn't going to sink. And, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Bobby Hunt's no future. But by going cross-side like that, he actually got the 6 position. And when the 5 missed, it landed in a spot that's really difficult. So that was actually not a bad choice, in my opinion. Andy is asking if Nick Marino's down here tonight. I'm hoping so because I want to send him. He said he'd fix it, or not fix, but change the tip on my break jump cue. So if he is, I'll let you know. I tell you what, when I get done with this, I'll go take a look. I want to talk to him too. If he's here, I'll text you, Andy. Mike looking to catch a little wind here. He's just got to knock this 7 down. Anywhere on the table is probably okay for the 8. As long as you leave an angle. As long as it's not straight in. So anywhere but straight in. He should be able to get position on the 9 right after that. Do nicely. Got a couple choices. You could put it in with a little bit of inside English and just come back up the table, or you could put a little bit outside English. Shows door number 2. We got the speed. Tricky shot now. I'm a lefty. I would be able to stretch out and make this. I think, yeah. I think Mike here is a righty, which means he's going to be stretching across the short rail. Makes it a little harder. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, yeah, definitely, Annie. I could do that for you. So Mike's not going down without a fight. 8-7. And I did say at the beginning of the broadcast, these guys are fairly evenly matched overall. Sean said he'd give the edge to Don, but I said it's going to be hill just because I'm in the booth, and that's what happens. See if Mike's got the next rack in him. If he is, oops, sorry. If Mike does win, I will give away another of Andy Gow's donation subscription months. So we give away one whenever somebody gets on a hill. At least that's what I do. So hill means a second one. Seven went down. Good. Ooh, the one's in a nasty spot though. 4 balls blocking the corner. And anything right of the actual 1 ball, it's just gonna scratch. Like the safety here, especially with the 1 just sort of, or the 9 just sort of hanging out at the corner. You can get the 1. Oh boy, that's a tough shot. Just see in this case, I like just hitting the 1, pushing the cue here. And I think he overhit it. Yeah. Overhit it a smidge. But the right idea, at least as far as I know. Wow. Remember, if you're just tuning into the Shark Stream for the first time, you have to call the 9. So I think you got the safety there. Looks like the 3's in the way. Oh, 3's definitely in the way. It's not a tough kick. Yeah, he's just going to use the long rail. That one still exposed, but not in a great shot, or not in a great place. There's no bank in it either, so I'm thinking you just sort of send it back up table. Do the cue. I mean, just keep using these guys as blockers. It's done. That's the kind of shot that gets you back. A nice, smooth, low-speed bank shot. Sets up perfect on the 2. Universal sign for slow down, cue ball, slow down. Slap that sleep. You should be able to pocket this one. The temptation here is going to be playing it with a lot of draw and a good amount of right hand English. But boy, you almost have to aim for the right point to get that to work right. Oh, he fired it right in though. Nicely done. I'm straight on the 6, and he's got a pretty good chance here. I mean, we've seen both players sort of overhit, let's say, on this table, but see, if he stops the 6 or the cue ball right there, got natural draw position on the 8 to the 9. Once again, table 8 spits the balls back out. Nice shot. A little touch of draw right. Should be straight into this corner. Should be. Hit it with a comfortable speed and don't overhit it. Should be fine. As I predicted about 5:30, an hour and 40 minutes ago, so. Or an hour, whatever, almost 2 hours. Yeah, we're hail hell. So race to 1 to decide who's going to be 11 and who's going to be 12. And I did promise to give away another subscription if Mike got to the hill, so I should probably make good on that now, huh? Just waiting on the randomizer to show up on my screen. And I will give away 1 month. That includes access to all of our previous members-only content. The month of December members-only content. Not sure if we have any, but we'll try and get you some. And the monthly raffle. So that the winner of this drawing will get all of those benefits. And this is courtesy of Andy Gow. Okay, on YouTube, Bucket Dad was gifted a gift membership by the Shark Stream. So courtesy of Andy Gow. You now have all those benefits I just described, and congratulations. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so Hill. Nice open table. I mean, the balls are real spread out, so there's not a lot of breakouts and such to worry about. And I just want to say that was a defensive play. Hold of it, but Don should be able to. Might even be able to cross-side it. I wonder if that's what he's thinking about. Guess we'll find out. Oh, good valiant attempt, man. It's gonna be a tough shot. And wow. See, the thing is a lot of this camera can be a little weird. The 2 might go by the 8, but from this camera, it doesn't look like it would. See what this angle looks like. Yeah, see, there's enough of a gap there. I think the 2 either goes in off the 8 or right past. By the way, guys, for everybody that's listening, check out the videos that Austin and Bobby have been posting on our YouTube channel. They've also been cross-linked on Facebook, but these look like absolutely broadcast quality editing interviews. So they're really great interviews with players and fans and tournament directors. I think there's a whole section on Emily Frazier. It's just great interviews from the Moscone Cup this year on all 4 days. So check out the most recent posts that we have, and definitely give them a like, because I know Bobby and Austin flew to Florida and put in a lot of work to get all that content for you. So definitely check it out. You won't be disappointed. It's really good. Speed. He's got the 4 ball. I think he wanted to shorten it up a little bit more than that because the purple's behind him. But he could just roll forward, and if he collides with the 7, it's no big deal. Oof. Used the whole pocket, but it got down. And I guess I stand corrected. I thought he was going to be able to hit the 7 in the face. Maybe because he sort of got that right side of the pocket instead of the middle. It would have played a little different, but nobody has that kind of hindsight. Right now, he's got a tough back cut on this 5 ball. I honestly, I'm not feeling super confident in my stroke, especially tonight. I'm playing a safety. Make Mike figure it out. Very well executed shot right there. Got the ball right in the hole. And got back for the 6. 7-8 was always going to be an issue. He wanted a little less angle, or I'm sorry, a little more angle to get across for that 7 ball, but I wonder what he's spotting right now. I think he's thinking roll forward on the cue ball. Yeah, so he was sort of comparing. Do I roll forward or try to back it up? I definitely roll forward if you're going to set up for a bang shot. Okay, he's going to go for the cross corner, I'm guessing. If he makes that, he might win this match after being down 8-4 or 8-5. I forget which one it was. I think it was 8-5. The cut there. And, Not sure that's well. Is this wired? Must be wired. So you just want to tap it in. Yeah, just smack. Give it a smack and just try to keep the cue ball nearby. You can make the 7. Came around 2 rails to get to this 7 ball. It's going to be the moment of truth right here. Oh, he went for the long way and got the side pocket shot. And after Mike gets back to the hill, looks like Don's going to put it away here. Oh, and he didn't even make him shoot it. Oh, that's a nice gesture. I would have made him shoot it for Hill. But there you have it. Don is staying in his number 11 spot. Mike is going to stay in his number 12 spot. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in tonight. If anything else happens, I might jump back in the booth. But and thank you also to Andy Gow for giving away 2 monthly subscriptions to the Shark Stream. Thank you to Simonis, McDermott, Aramith, and all the people who sponsor the Shark Stream. As Bobby likes to say, without you guys, there would be no us. This is Brian Brennan signing off. I'll see you guys down the road.
We want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors here on the Shark Stream. You have Connecticut APA, Sigma Wear, Agency One Group, Jacoby Custom Cues, Women in Pool, Mabel's Tables at Michael's Deli, NM Billiard Sales and Service, 11 Hall Avenue, Wallingford, Connecticut, KM Maintenance, JT's Pool Cue Repair, Salotto app, Mark Anthony Home Improvements, Tommy's Tattoo Supply, Jimmy's Auto Service, Joe Master Billiards, Aramith Balls, Organic Tattoo, Vaculease, Tweeden Fiber Corp, Harriman Real Estate, Pool Table Magic, Ben Strong, K Morgan, Man Cave Memories, and of course Viking Cues, Simonis Cloth, and Andy